probs. And also in studio, if you're wondering who that beautiful voice there a second ago was, because Danny Boy I have never heard in Russian and Irish, and it was Larissa Tormey here in studio. Hey!
Hello, Marian.
Thank you so much. Your voice is so beautiful. I want some voiceovers here.
You do Russian accent very well.
Oh, thank you.
I don't do Irish that well yet.
Oh,
even I'm so
I'll teach you some. You should say Dia Grit. How's about that?
Dia Grit.
Ah, you're natural. And when you're leaving, you could say Sloan.
Sloan is fine.
See, no problem whatsoever.
No bother at all.
No bother. I knew you had Irish blood in you, for God's sake. Did you have a balance of Russian or other languages? Because I know every Russian I meet has another language as well hidden away.
Yeah,
okay,
you're right about that.
Go on.
Well, I see. I'm not. Russia has 126 nationalities, so
I know every
with
one of them.
languages. So my father is Tatar, which is a nationality a bit like Turkish. So his first language is Muslim.
Okay.
And my mother was from Belarus, so she has her own language, and Russian was third language in our family.
Yes.
Right? So 3 languages and English now as well.
Is that all?
Well, it's enough.
Well, I have Irish, Dublinese. You'd be impressed with that. I picked up a lot of Dublin for some strange reason. The south side.
You so like everybody understand English, so you don't have to work that hard, you know.
But you know something? I remember watching Russian movies when I was a child. Dr. Zhivago.
Yeah.
And I was just like blown away with your bone structure. That was the first thing from Russians. I actually just thought, oh wow, there's such a beautiful nation of people. And I thought also as well, I remember hearing the word Das Vidanya.
Das Vidanya.
And I never forgot that from childhood. Isn't it amazing how...
You know accent even, you know?
Oh, thanks very much.
Maybe you were Russian in your past.
In a prior life, I thought it was Cleopatra when I was about 7, so I'm not sure. I could have been here before. Do you speak other languages, Robbie?
No.
I go on.
I'll teach you.
Even a bit of Irish. Was it better into you?
No, we just tiny bits when I was in the army, that's it.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
More commands.
Watch this. Buin Buinara. Shasig Arash. That's
what did you just
that
say?
was Buin Buinara is to attention, and Shasig Arash is to at ease.
Oh, okay.
See how I know those things?
Good.
There was a school when we were growing up, an Irish school, and it's because I speak Irish as well. And it was something that really turned the Irish language around for me. Because in the day it was forced on you, and the generation before me was bet into you. I was lucky; it was just forced. Here in Ireland,
in Dublin?
Yes, but in Galway, usually in the country was where the Irish, they were called Gaeltachts.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So I used to go there, and I was a sergeant in charge of my battalion,
Right.
and I had to speak in Irish. So that's how I know that. So there's a little secret as well.
I'll tell you.
But I didn't join the army on the back of that. I think I laughed. Probably on parade one of the days, and that was the end of my career. So.
You wasn't serious enough.
No. You didn't join the Russian army, no.
No.
Was it?
I never was good for any order, you know. I'm so free-spirited. Army wouldn't do for me at all.
Well, you can see that, because that's one thing I loved when I saw you, because a lot of musicians and female artists, and I love you all guys, but you take yourself sometimes too seriously when it comes to the pictures and stuff, and I love when somebody just breaks a mold and you can just see the life force, and it's fun, and it's well, you're naturally beautiful, but you also go for some poses that I just think you're really nice. I like you already, and I think that's the key.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, people get to know you as a musician, but not just that, as a person, and then they identify with your music as well.
I think when you're just natural, you know, you don't try to act, you try to be yourself.
Yeah.
Then you find.
How's that going for you? Being yourself.
Very good.
Oh, well done.
Yes.
Robbie, how are you getting on with that?
You?
Yeah, today I'm definitely myself. Oh, yeah, I'm happy in my skin.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
He's good at being other people though with the acting as well.
Yeah, well, that's your job, isn't it?
Were you always like that as a child? Is that something? Did you go into different personalities and personas? Was something before you started the acting? Do you ever think about that?
I don't really think about that, no.
Yeah.
I mean, if you...
He's the man that don't analyze too much, you see.
Yes, but that's why I'm putting him under pressure. I do.
Kids does that nowadays, they get medicated. So,
Yeah.
I'm not
Well,
going to admit to that.
Oh, I watched a cowboy movie one summer and came back to school with an American accent, and I had lived with the Indians all summer in America. You know, I'm still here. What does that say? I think what it is about, you know, I do think as children that's the best place they can go is their imagination. And that's what I'm trying to say. Is like, we were cowboys, we were Indians, it has changed, hasn't it? For some reason.
Yeah.
You know,
we won't
the imagination is now fed to us.
The screen.
It is.
That's right.
But I noticed with your songs, which we're going to play another one of yours now, you self-pen a lot of very deep emotional stories. Is that who you are? You like to tell your story.
I do. I have to. That's the way I express myself, my personality, and my life. Like my life wasn't that easy.
Yes.
I must say, okay, but it's really made me a better person.
Yeah.
So I choose not to dwell on it and to say, oh, it was so difficult on me, you know. But opposite, it made me a better person. So I just can enjoy myself full time now and put everything I feel into my music, and hopefully people will connect with that as well.
Yeah, well, I'm delighted. I was just, you know, things happen at the right time in people's lives, don't they? Really.
I believe that.
And I saw that there was a lot of media starting to give you promotion, and I do think that really is so important for you as an artist, that somebody says you're good enough to do this and I like your stuff and please can we help you, because sometimes you feel very isolated when you're creating.
No, do you think I kind of I was trying to find the question how do you help people to help you, right?
Yeah.
So even if it's difficult to say, they have to gain something from you. So my decision was what can they gain from me? My positivity. So I have to really bring them up, you know, with me, with my personality, with my music. And as soon as I made this decision, it all started to happen.
Woohoo! I love that. I think it's really important, because I do think we put our hearts into our vision or our projection of who we are in life, and the basic line is that you cannot be happy unless you do what you love.
That's true.
And it's very obvious you love what you do, and the same with you, Robbie. You know, you absolutely love being involved in film and creating. And that's your life, isn't it, as well?
Yeah. I mean, you have to say it's my entire life.
Yeah.
I have my family there as well.
Yeah.
I try and spend.
But you keep a
more time
balance.
with. Yeah.
And I think that's the key as well, is to having that private
You need to
world.
have,
Oh yeah,
and
very
grounding
important.
yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I
being
think-
able to go out and do what you love too is a blessing.
I think
really.
people tend to mistake nowadays. They think art and fame is the same thing, and it's not. You know, and a lot of people they want to get into it. You know, I get
Into fame, not into art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of people will come up to me and say, think about giving that acting lark a go, it'd be great. And you say, yeah, okay, but there's a magic door, you go through it, and then you're Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
I just decided I don't want to be Brad Pitt.
Did you say I was lucky?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, it was
and
pure luck.
It's just, and I, you know, and you see it now. I know you held your phone up there, and it's, you see it now that everyone can be famous, and it used to be 15 minutes, and now it's 5 minutes, and it's 1 minute.
Fame.
Yeah.
Getting
And,
shorter.
You know,
Yeah.
it gets shorter because everyone is this person on their phone, and then when they sit down and they look around, they realise they're just like everybody else.
Yeah.
And then this becomes addictive because this is where the attention and the fame is. They think how many likes and how many pats on the back I get.
You do
This
need a
is
family
me.
to pull you away from that as well.
You
You do need people who can say, you're go shite, you know,
Yeah,
or cop on, will you? You
Just
know?
my husband, he saw the article about me in newspaper, and he opened it and he said, every time I open newspaper I see your face. It's just, you can't get big-headed with him. It's down to earth, straight away.
Well, I do think that's nice, because you know who really are loyal to you and who have your back.
Yes.
Because you know what, at the end of the day, you're going to have rotten days where you are down and you're having a funk of a day, and you really don't want to be seeing anybody or being involved in anything to do with the creative world.
Yeah.
And it's then when you realise who's really got your back, who picks up the phone to you, who actually is in your face saying, can I make you a cup of tea? Who gives you a shout. And it's not just, I like to post on your page about 4 hours ago. The genuine, you pick the phone up and go, yeah, come here, that's not like you, are you alright?
Yeah.
Human
Or how are you
connection.
feeling? Because I do think that's a skill that a whole new generation of teenagers and whatever else are missing right now. And it's up to us to keep enforcing that, reinforcing compassion. And that's what I love about your movie, about the Eden, is that you're reinforcing compassion in society. And that's very important.
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, it does get to that.
Yeah.
But leading up to that, it shows
The story.
the stereotypical way
Yeah.
some people would speak to some people.
Yeah.
Without giving too much away. I mean, there's characters in the film because it deals with a day in his life and the people going in and out of his life that, you know, a homeless person has to deal with.
Marian, but you, sorry to interfere, you're very big in compassion in Ireland. You're one of the most compassionable nations in the world.
We seem to be, which is really good.
Yeah.
But you know what I think we sometimes lack is compassion towards ourselves. We're absolutely
that's
brilliant
true.
at helping
That's
everybody
true.
else.
I absolutely agree
We
with
are the best in the world for sacrificing ourselves
but
and
not
our life.
Personally for yourself.
We find it almost guilt-ridden if we do something for ourselves because we are nearly accusing ourselves that we're being selfish and we're takers. And I think that was ingrained in us for so many generations.
Where did that come from?
I think historically when somebody hurts you or takes advantage of your compassion and your good nature for long enough, you're going to get burnt. But what I think is that we're rising through a lot of that, and people are beginning to understand that compassion is a power. It was always taught as a weakness, to show your fear, to cry, all of those things. It was gender specific. Whereas now what's happening is everybody has a choice to be who they want to be, and that's what it's all about in life. Yeah, and it's great because there should be no guilt. I posted up something yesterday. I do a little insist every so often. I said, will you just be a taker for a change? Take time, take a moment, take a breath. Take something for yourself that makes you feel good. And see, the word taker, we also automatically think, oh, you're hurting someone else. It's
completely different, isn't it?
It is. And I do think other nationalities are better at taking time, at spending time on themselves.
True.
And I just think that's the amazing thing about cross-cultural integration.
It's why we have
community.
to mix. That's right.
We are learning so fast, and there's a whole new generation of children coming up now who will not be messed with.
No.
And it's
that's why you have an Irish Russian country singer now.
Yay! That is why. And on that topic, I think what we'll do is we'll go for your song. What was the song you picked in the end?
It's my own song I written for my previous album, and it calls "God Loves the Trier," which is about me.
Perfect. Well, you are more than a trier because you've achieved it already. So, and God loves you. That's the main thing. Once you love yourself too, that's the key. All right, here we go. This is Larissa Tormey live on The Power of Dreams. We'll be back in a second.
She grew up in a small city town where most people knew her by her name. She was watching her mother working hard on the farm. Nothing different to her day by day. Country girl in her heart and musician by soul. She was dreaming of running away to the big crazy world where she will learn to sing, where she always will travel and play. God loves the trier, her mother used to say, and gave her the blessings before she went away. God loves the trier, she got nothing to lose. She went to live her life and fool. Her freedom was her lose. She was taking her chances, no fears and regrets, and she learned how to mend broken heart. Every time she was hurt, she would write a better song. Leave your sorrows behind and move on. Now she lives on the farm, happy with her sweetheart, and her songs have so many admirers. She keeps saying to her daughter, go and chase all your dreams, 'cause I know that God loves the triers. God loves the trier, her mother used to say, and gave her all the blessings before she went away. God loves the trier, she got nothing to lose. She went to live her life and fool. Her freedom was her lose. God loves the trier, her mother used to say, and gave her the blessings before she went away. God loves the trier, she got nothing to lose. She went to live her life and fool, and brought her news.
where can people find you if they want to see you live performing? What's the next for you?
Well, they can visit my website, which is www.larissatormey.com, and I'm very active on Facebook as well. So I post anything I do. I have few gigs coming up this month. So you can have a look at it.
Brilliant. That's great, guys. Get out to that as well.